Do you think the show's going to succeed past the first season, though? Because it's on action.
Probably not. I think my show is probably too provocative and edgy to air, in Canada anymore. I'd like if it did. I think it's great. The press are, loving it, and I love it. But that, that's not my decision. I think it should. I think it deserves to. Would I continue doing it if they picked it up? Yeah, probably, because I'm a narcissist. But I really like the show. I think it has meaning. I think a lot of television shows today are meaningless and are, totally emulate other existing shows. There's a lot of shows copying shows now. And I really do think that, Triumph of the Will is unique, and it's a hybrid. And it's very hard to do something that, no one else has done before. But to me, this is kind of like the new news. It's kind of like just an audience member going out there and tackling issues that, like, Anderson Cooper or Christina Minpour or, Oprah, tackles herself. But in more of a zeitgeistian contemporary way. So, it's like, I think it's the antithesis of corporate media. I have no obligations to fulfill. I've got no corporations to get off, to whack off. So, I kind of do this, and it'll probably bite me in the ass. It's maybe because I was a fan of Lenny Bruce and as a kid, but it's a tough road to go down when you care about what you do.
Do you figure you would go on the internet, though, for any new shows that you'd be doing? Or
listen, I think I do my shows for the internet. I think that's a great place to be. I think that's my demographic, and for me, like, I'm kind of a techie guy. I don't think TVs are going to be around in another 10 years. I think that my show's going to live on iTunes for the rest of my life and Netflix. So, it's going to be broadcast. It's a broadcast life. It's such a minimal, compared to the digital library and the ethereal world of content that it's going to survive in. The time that's actually going to be broadcast is ridiculously short. For all I know, they're just airing the show for 3 weeks and then repeats for 3 weeks, and we'll see what happens. But unless I'm ecstatic that this is like going to be on iTunes forever and ever. So that's why I'm so scared, and it's so much pressure, and it scares the living shit out of me that the show, I have to love the show, and like I just went to some production party, and I went there, and I was like so excited that people are going to see my shit, and my head was totally raised high, and if I destroy my career by being the exception to Canadian content, well then fuck it, that's what I'll do. I'm an Andy Kaufman fan. Like I'm stuck in with. My heroes are, Kaufman and Rickles, so I've got to, that's the type of shit I do. It's very in your face and aggressive. Though Mom, I think, is a sweet, wonderful show. Like Mom, that show is a broad show. Sure, there's some really, people find edgy elements, trying to get your mom laid is one thing, but, if you really deconstruct that show, that's a show about, the first time anyone's really done a show about, a son who loves his mom so much, he just wants her to be in love. That's it. Like, just some kid trying to give his mother the greatest gift that you could ever give in this entire world is, like, finding your mom love. And I say on the show, it's like, fuck, if I find my mom, like a husband on national television, it would just be, epic. I wanted each one of these shows to be epic. It took me forever to figure out what these shows are going to be about.
Later on in the interview, I talked about Single White Spenny and what he thought of it, and somehow the conversation got to the state of Canadian television, and this is what Kenny Hotz had to say.
I thought Penny versus Spenny would open doors. That Tom Green opened doors for us, and SCTV opened doors for sketch comedy in Canada, but I don't know one's being really walked through that Kenny versus Benny door, So, I don't know, I think things are regressing. They're getting way more mediocre and extremely, extremely conservative. And, listen, my stuff, you just watch Mom. Mom is not a quintessential example of what this series is. That's the love episode. And everyone is extremely, you should watch Pig, you'll see. Or Cannibal is, it's going to, actually make people vomit. People can't, and that's a statement on fame and how cheap fame is to attain. But, it's kind of unfortunate for me that a journalist watches one episode. For me, it's a Rubik's Cube of various colors that make up, an actual series. And that's one of the unique things about this series I don't think many people have done, if anybody, is that the show really, it's not really 6 episodes. It's one episode. It's kind of like a microcosm of life and society, and that's why I chose 6 of the most common and meaningful subjects in human nature and put them together. For me, this is like, the BBC's Blue Planet. That's kind of how this series is put together. But you should watch Pig or Vegas or Cannibal or Most or something too.
Has there been any talk though of the show to air on a station besides Action, because it is Shaw Media or on the internet? Besides Showcase.ca.
Yeah, they own the show. They bought it. So, plucking it from them, sure, I'd love for it to, like I said, not be on Action and be on, the prime time, CNN. So, you do what you can. You do certain deals with certain people, and, this is a result of, who gave you the money to actually do it. I was doing pitch a long time ago. I asked a friend of mine, because we had a couple of people I wanted to kind of purchase our script. I said, who should I go with? And he said, whoever says yes. And I have a relationship with Showcase. I've been on the channel for almost 9 years, and so it was easy, and they were kind enough to give me the gig.
But based on the fact that they have put you on a sub channel.
Yeah, well, what is?
Do you think the end is kind of?
Series, I shot the first 7D series for Showcase. The whole show looks fucking gorgeous. It's not even an HD. I'm a fucking filmo. I've been making movies since I was 6 years old. It's a little upsetting that the show's airing in standard def, but people will steal it and it'll go on iTunes and I have my tentacles reach out internationally to various aggregate content distributors, and I know that it'll be like Kenny versus Benny, one of the most peer-to-peer downloaded shows, and that's one of the reasons I did Cannibal, because it's a business, and I knew that show in particular is going to go all over the world, because it's the craziest TV show ever shot. Nobody's ever fucking done it, ever. It's like nobody's ever slipped their friend acid on TV. I've done that shit. And so I know I need a fuse and a hook to get my content out there and be seen, internationally. And that's what Cannibal is going to do for me. And then Mom, Mom's the show that grandmas can watch. So, it's like I said, if I want to sell the show to various broadcasters, I'm going to give a Mom to one person, Moss to another person, Vegas to another person. So, listen, the reality is I'm really proud of it. I love the fucking show. And I just, I hope people like it and watch it. And spread it. I don't even care if people fucking buy it. Just, watch it, enjoy it. And I pray to God I get a chance to do something else. So I really fucking love it. I'm having the best life. I can't even tell you. I love my fucking life. It's a dream come true. It's what I've always wanted to do.
And that was my URBMN interview with Kenny Hotz. Don't forget to visit sweetposer.com, where there might be new content once in a while.